What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Living in Arizona, and today we're going to talk about monsoons. Monsoon season in Phoenix, Arizona, all across the state. Last night we got a little taste of an early monsoon on April 29th, 2019. That's kind of rare, you know. I'm not going to say anything about climate change or global warming because no matter what, this weather phenomenon has always been just kind of unique. And it happens whenever it heats up a lot in Phoenix, and then it kind of creates some moisture around the mountains. And then, so we're going to go ahead and dive in here and talk about the monsoon in Arizona. And instead of me trying to explain it off the cuff, let's talk about it. Monsoon is traditionally defined as a seasonal reversing wind accompanied by a corresponding change in precipitation, but it is now described to seasonal changes in atmospheric circulation and precipitation associated with asymmetric heating of land and sea. Usually the term monsoon is used to refer to rainy phase of a seasonally changing pattern. Another place in the world that gets monsoons pretty famously is India. I don't know if Arizona or India is more famous for monsoons, but in Phoenix, you will get familiarized with monsoons. And just to show you, so this is what you might see with a monsoon. This is a haboob. This is on our Instagram. You can check it out on our Instagram. Live in Arizona, as I said on the last video. Just go into the citation of this video and click on the link, and you can follow us right there. Or you can just go to the header and go to the About section and follow our Instagram and join our Facebook group. Also, this was last night from North Phoenix. Look at that lightning. This is from Shirag 5 Patel. He let us use his footage. If you guys also have cool footage, feel free to submit to Live in Arizona on Instagram and we'll feature you. There's other stuff on here that you can see, but monsoon season is all the buzz right now because last night, we had a little experience. So, that one didn't pop up. Let's see if that still works. Nope. Okay, so North American monsoon, variously known as the Southwest monsoon, the Mexican monsoon, the New Mexican monsoon, and the Arizona monsoon, is a pattern of pronounced increases in thunderstorms and rainfall over large areas of the southwestern United States and northern Mexico, typically occurring between July and mid-September. So having it here in early May, late spring, is kind of unique because we won't typically see it until July. And then in July, you'll see it July, August, September. September is kind of capped off by a potential hurricane down on the Baja, which we went over the video yesterday about the Baja. But hurricanes have been known to, spiral up the Baja, and then you get the remainder of that, which usually is a tropical storm. And I don't even know if it's a tropical storm, but it brings a lot of rain in September potentially to Phoenix. If the storm was a Cat 3 or Cat 4, it can be pretty intense over here. We got that in 2018 September. We had a nice rainstorm in September. I think 2 of them. Can't remember exactly. But monsoons are unique. If you wanted to know the cause and effect of it, you can come onto this Wikipedia page and just type in North American monsoon. But basically, it's an area of high pressure or a subtropical ridge develops in the upper atmosphere over the Four Corners region, creating wind flow aloft from the east or southeast. At the same time, a thermal low, a trough of low pressure from intense surface heating, develops over the Mexican plateau and the desert southwest of the United States. So you have two weather systems kind of colliding because the desert, and then you have the Rocky Mountain system that's up there. 2 different elements, right? Or geographical atmospheric pressures. And then you can see here on ADOT, they say, things to know about safety during these monsoon storms. You can get extreme wind. Last night we had a lot of wind. I mean, you're going to want to make sure your trees are snug. You're going to want to make sure there's no, your pergolas and your outdoor umbrellas are secured when a monsoon storm comes. This is not a joke. I'm not saying this lightly. Literally, when they say a monsoon is coming, you want to make sure everything is snug. It's basically very fast gusting winds, and they will take your umbrellas. They will take things, they will knock your trees over. They will knock over your big tree branches. This is not a joke. I know a lot of people issue warnings and stuff, but last night, I mean, my yard was going crazy with all this stuff. I mean, cabinets getting flung open, construction that's not completed because, I had it planned to be done by July, but it's not done by July. Or I mean, it's not July right now, so the construction that's under work, I didn't anticipate heavy winds like we got last night. But they're saying watch out for hydroplaning. Make sure your windshield wipers are good to go because you will get a lot of rain. It's going to dump a lot of water down onto your vehicle when flash floods happen. So flash floods are really dangerous because you'll have a wash that you'll go across this wash every day and you'll never see any water in there. And then all of a sudden one day you'll be driving and here comes this wall of water because it's raining out. And so you can be caught off guard. And I've seen people get caught up in these walls of water and they'll try and even cross the wash when it's raging with all that flood water and they'll underestimate it and then they'll get wiped down the river or the creeks. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I am not joking around about this. I've seen it and I've seen people take it lightly. They'll have these, 4x4 trucks and they'll be like, oh man, my 4x4 can cross the creek right now in the monsoon. Bam, bye. Hey, someone go down the river and make sure that you pull him out of the water when his car's upside down, but make sure you get him out of the water. And you'll see it on the news. They'll be rescuing people all the time. Don't be tailgating people because they could potentially hydroplane. So much water. I mean, we're talking it'll rain for 15 minutes just really hard and then stop and all of a sudden the sun comes out. That's kind of what you're looking at. But that's what they're saying. And then these dust storms, they obviously bring these haboobs. They bring in a lot of water or a lot of dust. So another thing that can happen is power outages. So make sure you have lanterns that are battery powered or lanterns that are powered by propane on the side that are ready to go, so that in case you lose the power, you could be without power. I mean, I don't know how it is these days, but back when I was, a kid, we used to go out without power for half a day. You'd be surprised. I mean, that includes your refrigerator, your freezer. Things can go bad if it's too long. These outages. So also tires from larger vehicles can kick up rocks and other things. So don't be all hot shotting around these big vehicles. Try to stay clear of those when you're on the freeway. If a monsoon starts coming, say it's 5 o'clock, the monsoon's coming in and you're getting off work and you're driving on a freeway. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but drive extra cautious. Don't just think that it's another walk in the park, same old every day, another day, another dollar kind of thing, right? So they're saying reduce speeds. This is coming from ADOT. Here's another website, Trip Savvy. They're saying how to keep safe. Avoid being struck by lightning. Do not stand near trees or tall poles. Stay in your home or vehicle. We do get powerful electrical storms. I'm talking electric that will rattle your house. I mean, some of these lightning strikes can happen very close to your house, and your kids can get scared. Your dogs will get scared. You might even get scared. I mean, the worst lightning I've ever seen was probably in Kona, Hawaii, and they don't get much lightning, but it was a freak anomaly. But I remember it might have been just that bad when I was in Arizona, but this was in my adult life. When I lived in California, I don't remember any electrical storms. But out here in Phoenix, you get electrical storms, and one of those lightning strikes can happen right next to you. And sometimes the lightning will be going crazy, like maybe 2 or 3 strikes a minute for the span of an hour. So keep that in mind. Do not use a telephone. Avoid areas that are prone to flooding. That's those washes and creeks. They might be dry right now, but during a monsoon, they can get flash floods. Avoid large farm equipment, golf carts, and large metal equipment. Dust devils are also associated with monsoons. Try to avoid getting caught in one. Those can, that's potentially where the valley fever is. Probably not, but dust storms, they get in your eyes. They get, make sure your garage is sealed up. Make sure all your windows are closed when the monsoon's coming in, because you'll see your trees will be going like this for however long the storm's coming in. Visibility can be near zero when monsoon thunderstorms are raging. If driving in a dangerous storm, find somewhere to safely park your car. Basically, what we're saying is when the monsoon is coming, if you don't have anything critical to do, stay indoors. For real. I mean, you can go outside in it, but if you're one of those people who can't handle high intensity environments, stay indoors. Don't try and at least get comfortable with it for the first couple that you see. And usually you get 1 or 2 per year that are pretty intense. Am I saying that it's the end of the world apocalypse stuff? No, but it's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be an environmental experience that you're going to say, wow, that was powerful. Mother Nature, you are real and you are alive and you are strong. That's what you get when you have a monsoon. You're like, wow, Mother Nature, you are a hot mama sometimes. Visibility can be near zero. We already talked about that. If you pull over in your car to the side of the road, do not leave your lights on. Drivers with little or no visibility behind you may think you are still on the road and follow you. Smack. Okay, I don't know about that, but Arizona rarely experiences tornadoes. You might see microbursts now and then. They too are scary. We have seen microbursts and tornadoes. Sometimes you'll see funnel clouds start to develop out here in the Southeast Valley. In particular, they've seen funnel clouds. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. The reason we don't get too many tornadoes, these storms definitely have the chaos in the clouds in the atmosphere to do it. It's just we have mountains out here, so it's hard for a tornado. But in a perfect element, a tornado can get some power behind it and actually touch down. If you are hiking outside or camping, be aware of quick winds, quick cooling of temperature, and increasing wind velocity. These are signals of thunderstorm activity. If you're on a boat, get to land. So if you're out boating at Saguaro Lake, Canyon Lake, Horseshoe Lake, Bartlett Lake, Roosevelt Lake, Lake Pleasant, and you see thunderstorm clouds start coming, get to land, for real. I mean, do whatever you want, but this is kind of what you got to do. Do not huddle closely together with people spread out. Avoid wide open areas. If your hair starts to stand on end, that is a sign of electricity and you may be about to be struck by lightning. Drop to your knees and cover your head. So that's basically a lot of the stuff that you need to know. Follow us on Instagram, Live in Arizona. Check in the citation below in the description. You'll see a link. You can catch this page or just follow us. Live in Arizona. The orange logo. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time. Watch one of these other videos about Arizona and have a great day.